Well, I'm not really sure what they said, but they're fired up over it, and we've got the third game of the tournament. We've got the U16 squad, the Thunderbirds you just looked at in the white uniforms. They'll be taking on the Vergennes Vixens. The Vergennes will be in the black uniforms with the yellow trim, and this should be a good matchup right here. And like I said, we've already seen the U11, U14. Now we're here at the U16 bracket, and of course MSJ's Logan Kavanaugh is going to be out there jumping center against Van Wyck. So Kathleen Van Wyck will get set, tip balls up in the air, and we are underway. And Barolt with the basketball will go off, and LaFave's first shot won't happen. And funny, not a funny story, but just a story about LaFave, and I'll get to it in just a second. As Hetzel will have the basketball, and she'll work off that missed first shot of the game. She wanted to come down and try to turn the corner, go to the hole in the paint, and that got sealed off. Ball was slapped away, and the Thunderbirds U16 squad will take a ball out of bounds on the baseline. And Garrow, who been a nice addition to the team since she's been joining the Thunderbirds. She'll give the ball up, and that shot will be drained by LaFave, number 14. So it'll be 2-0. Thunderbirds will grab the early lead over Vergennes squad, and Vergennes with a lot of talent, a lot of good shooters on their squad, and a lot of height. So I expect this to be tight, close, competitive, and just like all the other games, really hard fought. They have 16-minute halves. They have overtime if necessary. Love the fact they play halves, not quarters. And LaFave will dump the ball down inside to Kavanaugh, who was just established great position, got her own missed shot, put that bunny back up, no good. Here comes the Vergennes squad. The Vixens are called. And again, as we get timeouts or breaks in the action due to fouls, foul shots, whatever, I'll read the rosters for you for both sides. And we'll know who all these young ladies are out here in this Vergennes Thunderbirds AAU basketball tournament. That ball will be slid out along the wing, and right now that defense really doing a good job of closing on anything in the middle of the floor. You see how it swarmed to the basketball right there. No shot clock to worry about in the state of Vermont. Only at the college level, that's it. Hetzel with the gamble almost came up with the steal, and Hetzel also making, not only playing defense, but making official calls. She wanted to travel there and didn't get it. I think she was absolutely right, but that'll go up off the glass and in. Kirshner with a tough shot, a running one-hander, and went way off the top of the glass and dropped down through. So we're tied at 2. Well, getting back to LaFave, for years that she's been playing, not only this, but Outer Valley ball and the middle school ball when I have it, I call her LaFaver. And I was corrected today, and I apologize. I thought I did not pronounce it right. And the funny part was, and all of the bring excuses, is I would ask like the bookkeeper or the coach or the timekeeper or whatever at a lot of the games, and they always told me that was the pronunciation. I never asked her personally, but I got it down now. It's LaFave, and again, I apologize for that, for all those. I mean, literally probably 20 games I didn't get it right, and I will not get it wrong again until I retire, which hopefully will be at least 2 more years. But look at the step to the hole and the finish. Van Wyck with the bucket, and now the pressure in the back court, and that's Attic that wants to get the pass into Barolt, and she'll throw over the top back to Attic, and we got a timeout taken already with 13:48 to go in a 4-2 game. Yeah, and so this would be a good chance to peek into Dr. Bugiani's huddle, and I'll tell you real quickly on his roster, he has number 1 Logan Kavanaugh, Jen Attic is number 4, number 5 is Allie Shappy, Amy Hetzel wears 11, Michelle LaFave is 14, Jessica Barolt 21. Kirsten Murphy out of Woodstock, Vermont is number 24. Abby Marsh, 25. And Caitlin Sauter wears 35. And, of course, Brittany Garrow, number 42. And she comes from her father, GJ, of course, the Vermont State Plumbing Inspector, but also an outstanding former basketball player at Rutland High School. And she's got a lot better moves than GJ did, but you can see the bloodline still there, the connections. And we'll switch over for Vergennes. You can see in their huddle right here with the black uniforms. Like I said, they call it the Vixens. They have Hannah Curler wearing 0. Double 0 is Kathleen Van Wyck. Hillary Delisle is, as they're just going over the timeouts, but pick up where I left off. Hillary Delisle is number 2. Brittany Quattrosi is number 3. Brittany Nevins is 4. Lee Higby. I'll pick it up at that point because I don't want to miss any of the action, and neither do you want to miss any of the action. So that was a Thunderbird timeout in the U16 bracket. Hetzel didn't hear the footsteps coming up from behind, and nobody communicated to him, and here comes the break the other way. And for Vergennes, like I said, got a lot of good components out there. Height, speed, shooters, the bump, the shot, the bucket. Whoa! And Allie Provost made the shot, took the contact, came up with a limp, and this is an officials timeout. A very, very good job by the officials. Yeah, and she's going to come out of the ball game, and they're going to bring the substitution. It'll be number 44 coming in the contest now, Jen Cohen. So Cohen will come in and replace Provost, and we'll put the ball back into play. 6-2. Thunderbirds down 4, and they're having a little problem right now navigating the press. And after the press, just that real scramble, quick, hustling defense that Vergennes is using. Oh, we're real early. We're early in the game. I know. Hetzel works off the screen set by Garrow. Then Garrow rolls to the basket. Then they give her the ball back. Attic with the ball on that wing. And now Hetzel looking down inside. And Garrow will just pop up from the free throw line to the arc. And Hetzel, tell you right now, Hetzel just did what they studied last night in the Ernie DiGregorio clinic. They had Ernie DiGregorio from Celtic, great, and Providence College, great player, was here doing some offense and defensive drills with the players. But he's talked about taking the ball to the hole, all the actions down inside the paint. And that's just what Hetzel did, and she'll make it a 6-4 game on that made layup. Marsh and Shappy at the scores table for the Thunderbirds, getting set to check in. That's Hetzel there defensively. She'll pivot. They want to dump it down inside. Oh, she was right in close for the shot. Kicked it back out. That will bounce, not drop. Kavanaugh with the rebound. They'll go off to Hetzel. Now, so Hetzel works the ball up. This time, not a lot of pressure in the backcourt, just kind of like a shadow job coming down the floor. And Garrow to Attic, turn, foul. That's a big-time foul. Attic got the bump. Number 25 is Lexi Higbee. Higbee committed the foul. And 2 shots. So Jennifer Attic at the line. And she earned those 2 shots. As again, the bump then hit her body on the floor, got up and is set with 12-14 to go in the 6-4 ball game. It'll become 6-5 now, the lead down to 1. Number 3 coming in the contest is Brittany Quattrosi. Quattrosi coming in for Vergennes, and she'll replace 00 Van Wyck. Van Wyck, even though we haven't played a lot today in this contest, very impressive looking player out there. And that'll be off the mark, and the rebound will come down. It'll be controlled by number 4, Brittany Nevins. Nevins will just dribble out of that crowd of Thunderbirds herself, and little pass back, bobbled, controlled, yes, kind of. There she got it, hot potato, and then Marsh with the tip. Kavanaugh with a quick reaction will get the basketball and hand it back to Marsh. So Abby Marsh in the ball game, number 25. There's the crossover, got the drive, the kick out, Shappy spot, and won't drop for her on her first attempt. And that ball is kept alive and taken over and controlled by Vergennes. So the Vixens on the push here down inside the paint to the free throw line. They'll give it off on the wing, sets, fires, no, a little bit off the mark. Yeah, Garrow with the basketball. Tough rebound down inside by Garrow, and with 11:29 to go, the Thunderbirds looking for their first lead of the contest. First half action on PEGTV. Website is PEGTV.com. That's Kavanaugh, and she just had too much muscle. Must be working out because she overshot the bucket there. And tell you what, Marsh with some quick hands made a nice steal, and she's going to put the shot up and got it. Marsh making that good defense pay off on the other end of the offense, and she will make the basket, and it'll be 7-6 now. Thunderbirds will take their first lead of the contest. They want to go down inside to Quattrosi, and the ball popped away, and Garrow will end up with it. Goes to Shappy, up ahead to Kavanaugh, and she wanted to make the long distance pass and just couldn't get a handle on the ball. And Garrow now waits for Marsh to cross the timeline. We'll give her the ball back, and Marsh wanted to go back to Garrow, and she stayed up high. And Kavanaugh catches, fires, fades on a shot, and hit the rim. No good. Jump ball will be called. As Brittany Quattrosi, number 3, able to get in there for Vergennes and get it tied up. Marsh will take the ball out of bounds, and they'll set that box formation up for the Thunderbirds. And yeah, I thought there was going to be one more sub coming in, but didn't happen. Garrow couldn't miss last night in the clinic, and tell you what, Jen Attic got a tough rebound, almost made a shot from an impossible angle. Yeah, and Garrow will pick up the foul. Brittany Garrow for the Thunderbirds picks up the foul, and now we're going to have Kirsten Murphy coming in, 24 for Kavanaugh for the Thunderbirds. And then good sign here, Allie Provost. Remember, she left the game with that injury. She's back in the ball game for Vergennes, number 23. So they're trying to navigate down the floor, and this is Kirshner. A couple Kirshners out there for Vergennes. This is 34 up, and got it! Margie Kirshner with quite the impressive drive, and Ernie D would be pleased with that. That's taking it to the hole, and that's where he said the action was, and goes 8-7 now for Vergennes. So each team's had the lead, and They exchanged hands twice, and that ball will be slapped out of bounds by Hillary Delisle. So Delisle got there, and Marsh looking will go to Shappy, and Shappy stands along the sideline. Will dump the ball down inside to Murphy. Quick step to the bucket, didn't get the finish. Quattrosi had the basketball to Kirshner, and she'll come up ahead to Provost. Provost had an option on the wing on that side, pull the ball back out, take a three-pointer, and they want to set up their offense instead. And again, right now the defense really swarming down inside. You see Murphy get the tip, slaps it out of bounds, and that was just great reaction, rotation, and communications right there by the defensive unit out there for the Thunderbirds. They're in the white uniforms. This is their tournament. This is the U16 bracket. And not only can you go to the website, PEGTV.com, and get the schedule for television, but you can already just put it in the book that every Saturday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Tom Leipold, the outstanding program director at Channel 15, starts playing the games of the week. So at Saturdays at 4, all the sports handed in that week get played, games of the week. But you can also go to the website, PEGTV.com, and click video on demand and watch events like the Loyalty Day Parade and the basketball games, the baseball games, and talk shows right there on the computer. It's Kirshner with Shappy there defensively. Shappy got picked. Marsh came over on the weak side to help out. She'll line it up, go to the left hand, and finish it off. Abby Marsh with the bucket, and the lead now will go back. And then Marsh is going to pick up the reach foul in the back court. Yeah, 9-8. Thunderbirds with the lead. 33 coming into the contest will be Sam Flynn. So Samantha Flynn in for Vergennes, and seeing her first action of the afternoon. She's going to replace Brittany Nevins, number 4. So Delisle with the touch, Kirshner with the ball, and she'll work off the screen into the front court. And she wants to take it in. Now, she tried to sell the fact she's taking the shot, and she did. That's why she just lobbed the ball up, because she knew the whistle was coming and she wanted to be in the act of shooting to get the 2 free throws. So a very heads-up play there by Margie Kirshner, and she's going to step up to the line with 8:45 to go in the first half of play with a 9-8 score, facing the Thunderbirds with the lead for the second time today, and that's going to be the 3rd team foul on the Thunderbirds, and Kirshner will tie it up at 9. So Margie Kirshner makes it 9-9. We've had 2 lead changes and 1 tie, and shaping up to be a pretty even matchup on the floor here in this AAU basketball tournament, brought to you by Channel 15 Sports. Margie will make them both, and that'll make it 10-9 now. And some pressure in the back court, and Marsh just works off the screen by Garrow. Splits the defense, gets to the free throw line. LaFave for 3. No, had a good look at it, squared it up, and then I believe Shappy with no foul, just touched the ball last, went out of bounds, and it'll become Vergennes. The Vixens are called with the basketball. And it looks like they lined up for some type of press. It never happened, so now they will just give the ball back to Margie Kirshner, and she will start the process forward here. Yeah, they're just getting beat to the spot. Marsh will pick up the foul, much to her disbelief, but yeah. And what it is anticipating any angle, getting there ahead of time, and not happening. Quattrosi had the ball. We'll go back to Kirshner for a 3 ball. No good. And the rebound will be Garrow. Will make the catch and break out of the pack. She's got the 1-on-3 break. Numbers weren't there. Looking for LaFave on the trail. Ball will come to Marsh on the tip. She wants to swing the ball back to LaFave. That was well played in the pass lane by Provost. Picked up by Kirshner, and she'll bring it down the far side. Marsh there defensively, and then they had to switch off as the screen was set, and LaFave able to slide off it. And Quattrosi turns, fires. It was a good idea. The shot was off the mark, and here comes LaFave. Now she's a shooter. Now that time they communicated, she had footsteps going up behind her, and she was able to turn away from the pressure and not get the ball stolen away. Marsh for a 3. No. It was the right length, just off to the side. And Provost will take the hook on the body and then dribble out of the traffic, and she'll go below the free throw line. And tough pass. Yeah, right idea, but Delisle would have had to be a shortstop and with a baseball glove on to make the scoop of that. And Curler 0 coming in. Higbee 25, and it ends up being a turnover, and 10-9 to score. And with 7:31 to go in the first half of play, the Thunderbirds looking to take the lead back for the 3rd time here in this ball game. The U16 bracket you're watching from the Buggiani AAU basketball tournament. Marsh will just weave Roy in there. He had a good drive to the hole, just 2-on-1 in the way. Provost will take it up and got a foul called, offensive foul. Yeah, Shappy had gone down to establish her position, and that's a very good call by Rob Black. And back in on the switch will be Brittany Nevins coming in for Margie Kirschner, and that's a Vergennes change. Getting here at the Common Avenue Gym, watching Munger Vision, bringing you this U16 AAU basketball game. Garrow hasn't really got involved offensively, and that's not going to happen. It was an outside shot taken by Shappy, and it'll stay white basketball. So the Thunderbirds will take the ball out of bounds. Getting a lot more Mill River softball and MSA baseball coming up for you on Spring Sports on PEGTV Channel 15. Lefebvre came back, had the ball. Nobody's got the ball right now. It's a free ball, and they'll go to the floor, and they're letting them keep it alive now. They'll call it tied up basketball. Yeah, so it will become black basketball. It'll be taken out of bounds, and that's signed by Nevins. She'll be joined by Higbee in the backcourt. That's Lexi Higbee. Like I said, there's a couple Higbees, a couple Kirschners, and I'll get it all sorted out before the end of the ball game, hopefully. They're going to go down inside to Curler. She'll make the catch at the free throw line. Provost will give it on the wing. They want to step inside, and oh, Garrow called for her second foul of the first half, and that'll bring Sarder into the ball game. Caitlin Sarder, 35, will replace Garrow, and then Jennifer Attic into the ball game. Number 4 will replace Lefebvre. And again, I sincerely mean it. I apologize to Lefebvre for mispronouncing her name for several years. Oh, what a play. Nevins looked like she was covered, and then she did a complete 360 spin, and I'll tell you what, that was highlight material right there. So 12-9, 3-point lead for Vergennes. Shappy got it. 3-pointer by Shappy will tie the game up at 12. And I believe that's the first 3-pointer for either side here of the ball game. Of course, Shappy, that's her spot when she plays varsity ball too. She likes to take the outside shot. And Shappy came up defensively, made the steal, goes to the left hand and got the last 5 points. So Allie Shappy on a 5-point run right now has given not only a tie to the Thunderbirds, but now the lead back at 14-12. Nevins wants to swing the ball down inside, got it to Curler. She'll turn and rattle it in. We'll be tied at 14. Like I said, I got a feeling you don't want to be going anywhere and miss this contest, as this has got the makings of being a Donnybrook and a barn burner all in one. Shappy, nope, that time the defense got a hand up in her face and changed the shot just enough. There's a steal by Attic, then Murphy will get it, rip it away, turn, left hand, no good. And I'll tell you about some rugged work being done on the boards. That'll be black basketball. Or will it? It'll be white basketball, I apologize. So it'll be taken out of bounds by Marsh. Sarder just popped out, and she likes to shoot from out there, and nope. She plays for Mill River, and a lot of times she'll take those 8 to 12-foot jump shots and be very good, very accurate at making them. That time she was just a little bit off the mark. That was a big-time screen. Provost set it, got the ball back, and had a little bit of a lane to drive, and then thought about a jump shot, and then pulled it down and gave the pass up, and it'll go out of bounds and be white basketball. Yeah, so we're going to have a timeout taken, this time by Vergennes. So each coach is taking a timeout, and yeah, we'll take a peek over his shoulder in a 14-14 ball game with 4:54 to go in the first half. I can tell you that Vergennes has 0 on lineup, Hannah Curler, and then a double 0, Kathleen Van Wyck, and then Hillary Delisle is number 2, Brittany Quattrosi is 3, Brittany Nevins made that sweet move offensively on that inbounds play down there. She wears number 4, Lee Higbee is number 20, Allie Provost is 23, Lexi Higbee wears 25, Samantha Flynn is 33, Margie Kirschner is 34, and Jen Cohen is 44, and that is the Vergennes lineup in the black uniforms. They held the lead for a good majority of the first half, and then a nice run in between by the Thunderbirds, and Thunderbirds are able to get a lead, and we've had a tie a couple times, and that's where we are right now. 3 lead changes and 2 ties, and it's 14 all, and we'll see that it'll be Murphy taking the ball out of bounds. She plays for Woodstock, Vermont, Murphy does. And Marsh down the back court with her number 25. Garrow on the sideline. She's got a couple fouls. Murphy will kick, fire a little left-handed fadeaway hook. No good. Very creative shot And then Curler wants to get the ball out. She'll find Nevins. Nevins being bothered by Attic, and they'll just come back to Higbee. Look at the roll. Yeah, she went underneath and Sauter with the rugged rebound. We'll bring the ball up to Shappy. Shappy navigates the ball down this near sideline. Had a lot of open court to work with. Now we'll go to Marsh. Shappy, that was sealed off, that outside shot this time. Attic traveled. Yeah, she took a couple steps there, a couple skips in her step to set up the shot. And can't do that. Van Wyck back in the ball game now. 0-0 for Vergennes. And they'll come back now and give the ball off to Curler. Not really the person you want to handle the ball. Your low post people. Provost with the basketball. And Nevins. And Higbee. Higbee wants somebody to slide up toward her, and never happened. They were very fortunate to get the ball back along the baseline. No shot clock to worry about. We're still tied at 14. Vergennes with the ball, and that anymore as Marsh with the steals got Shappy on the run, fades and fires, no good. That was a tough shot going away. Marsh will get the shot up and front rim it, and then kept alive by Marsh, and Higbee will have the basketball. She's going to go long distance. Murphy with the steal as they got back and just defended that well, hustling back in transitional defense. Marsh, 3-ball, no. Won't get the bounce. Nevins, it's the 1 and out for both teams the last couple trips down, and Higbee will let everybody kind of clear away and get past here. Garrow at the scores table getting set to check in. They'll fake the outside shot, wanted to push the ball inside to Curler, didn't fool Sauter. Yeah, and it's Murphy with some type of injury, and I don't want to speculate, but she had to leave in some type of pain, and she's a Thunderbird player, number 24. And they're going to be looking, the coaches are, or they're taking a look at her injury. Hopefully they can get her all fixed up and back in the ballgame. It won't be a serious thing, but it's only speculation. I really don't know. Oh, Attic left all alone. Got it. You can't leave Attic alone like that. She'll bury it just like she did. 16-14, lead back to the Thunderbirds now. And Nevins slides along the baseline, got inside, ducks up underneath. I tell you, that is a college level move right there. Attic with the catch, the Sauter running the floor, and got it. Tell you what, old Caitlin Sauter, she got it down the floor. Good hustle results in the basket. 18-14, Thunderbirds push the lead to 8, picked up by Nevins. Nevins with a little pass down inside after the penetration, no good. The putbacks there. Curler got it after Van Wyck missed and cuts the lead to 2 at 18-16. Domination that time on the boards by the much taller Vergennes squad. We have oh, it's on Garrow. That's her third. 3 on Garrow now. Yep. And we're going to have a substitution coming in the basketball game. It'll be number 44 for Vergennes. Cohen coming in, and then Kavanaugh coming in for Garrow for the Thunderbirds. And again, last night, Ernie D. Gregorio, former Boston Celtics great, and also Providence College great in their Hall of Fame actually at Providence College, put on a clinic for both offense, but mostly defense, and tell you, I got a lot out of it as far as watching and listening to the Celtic great, but I know the players truly enjoyed it, and I'd like to thank Ernie D for allowing me to be there and taping it, and he's also going to be a guest on Sports Speed at that show at a later date, but tremendous insight into the sport at any level, any gender, and just like to thank him for taking that time to come up and allow me to videotape his clinic. Now it could be ahead to Sauter, and you know where I was going with that whole story was Sauter was the only player out of all the players here last night that was camera shy, not happy to have the camera there. The rest of the kids were all like, Munger Vision, hey Jer, how you doing? You know, and Sauter was like, oh man, the camera's here. She's got to get over that. I still got at least 2 more years before I retire. 1:45 to go in the first half. Marsh will take the ball out of bounds, and the Thunderbirds in the white uniforms with the ball have a 2-point lead and stays at 2 points. Kavanaugh got in there and almost was able to grab a hold of the ball. She did keep it alive long enough so it went off from the hands of one of the Vergennes players. Now they'll run that stack formation and they'll lob it into Logan. Goes off her fingers, and Sauter had it, Logan had it, and now it'll come off to Shappy. And Shappy, that should be a backcourt. Oh, nobody touched it. Yeah, that's a backcourt. And they got a little scrambling around right there. Yeah, it's going to be side out. Ball will be taken out of bounds. So Cohen will take the ball out of bounds. Hetzel at the scores table. And so Hetzel will come in for Marsh. Hetzel will wear number 11 for the Thunderbirds. Okay, so here we go. So they got everything worked out. And Margie Kirshner in there, or Margie Kirshner, I'm sorry. That's a running one-hander along the baseline, tough angle. Rebound Sauter. Sauter's come in the ball game, already given him a couple really good rebounds in the game. Shappy with the basketball, minute 21 to go in the half. Kavanaugh with the catch, does a complete circle, brings it back to Hetzel, goes to Attic. She avoids a couple defenders and rushed the shot a little bit, hammered it off the backboard. Hetzel got it. Nothing but the bottom of the cylinder for Hetzel. Kirshner rushes into the front court, pushes the ball to Nevins. She is triple teamed on the play. See Hetzel hedge and then slide back. Hetzel again making the travel call for the official, and she got to stick to one job, playing basketball. And they're working on the right hand of Murphy for the Thunderbirds, and that's all I can see. I don't know if it's like it looks to be painful, but I don't know if it's like a dislocation or what, but I don't know if she'll be back into this ball game right here. Sauter to Shappy, looking for another 3 ball. Got a 2. They gave her 2. Shappy with 7 points in his first half, and the lead at 6 at 22-16. And you can see Kirshner and Hetzel doing battle down the floor. And they want to bring the ball down to the elbow, inside and in. As Van Wyck now with 6 points in the contest and really able to establish good position down low. Attig, Hetzel, Kavanaugh. To the bucket? No. From the free throw line, the shot was taken. Here comes Provost at the buzzer, off the mark, and we're going to have a 22-18 Thunderbird lead over Vergennes in U16 basketball action on Munger Vision. Now Provost and Vergennes will bring the ball into play to start the second half. 16 minutes on the clock, 22-18 to score. And like I said, it was a first half that was very evenly matched. What you really hope for, some really good play in spurts by both sides. 3 lead changes, 2 ties, and Barolt in the ball game, number 21, along with Hetzel. Gonna hope you're enjoying all this AAU basketball tournament action from the Thunderbirds Invitational 2008 tournament. And again, just get on that website or give them a call. You know, I never do give the phone number anymore for Channel 15 because everybody does everything online nowadays. But you know, it's 747-0151. And they're located in Building 24 at the House Center, and they love to have the public come down and look at that beautiful new state-of-the-art facility. They'll give you a tour on it. They'll try to talk you into being a CIP, which is just a certified independent producer, kind of like what I do, except you could do it a lot better than I could. Yeah, Nevins turns, fires, and Garrow and Barolt there. I think Baralt's going to get the foul. Yeah, Barolt will get the foul, number 21, Jerica Barolt will. If it would have been Garrow, it would have been her 4th, but it wasn't. She's playing with those 3 fouls. And at the line will be Nevins, and she'll be awarded 2 shots. Brittany Nevins will be up with the first one with 15-14 left to play and get it. I don't expect either one of these teams to run away from each other in this contest. As Nevins gets set on the second shot at 2, will be up and good. Yeah, so Barolt is the only change I can see out there, as it's Hetzel, number 11, 5 is Shappy, 35 is Sauter, and I need one more body, Garrow, 42, and that's the 5 on the floor for Coach Frank Buggiani. This is the U16 bracket, and Shappy off the window, and then that is her second 3-pointer of the ball game. She has 10 points in the contest. She had a spurt of a 5-0 run in the first half that at one point tied the game and then gave her the lead back, and now she's at 10 points of the 25. She plays for MSJ. Garrow, a Rutland graduate, and played for Rutland High School. Hetzel plays for Rutland. I mean, got a good mix out there going. Murphy, who got injured, plays for Woodstock. We have a foul on Sider will get the foul. Hetzel was about to compliment her, took the shot and then went right in and followed it up and had the rebound, but then they blew the whistle. Now Provost, and I believe it should be, as they were looking for Kirshner, and they put pressure on in the back court, and it went off from Hetzel's foot out of bounds. That's Kirshner with Hetzel again. Now the toss down to Nevins. Garrow got right in her way and really created a problem for Nevins. And she had to wait for Kirshner to clear the timeline. Now she's got the basketball and up off the glass and in. Oh, what a nice shot by Kirshner. Margie Kirshner, impressive shot right there. As Hetzel will loop it down inside to Garrow. She'll turn, go to the hole, and keep the ball alive off their missed shot. Couldn't control it. Went off to Nevins to Higbee now. Higbee will circle, come right down the center of the floor, get to the logo, cut to the outside. Barolt will cut her off. Then the screen set. Nobody rotated over, and it's set on the rim. Wouldn't happen. Nevins, yes. Nevins will get the offensive rebound and the putback and cut the lead to 25-24. That's Barolt. Catch fire. That thing was halfway down and popped out. Up, no good. There's going to be the putback by Sauter, and I believe she's got a couple shots being awarded to her. I'll wait and see what Rob says. Higbee with the foul, and yeah, Sauter will go to the line, and she'll be shooting 2. So Mill Rivers, Caitlin Sauter at the line. Getting a couple shots here, and again, you're at the Convent Avenue Gym watching AAU basketball action from the Bougiani Thunderbird Tournament 2008 on Munger Vision, and Sauter will be up with the first shot, and good. Very good, like I said, mid-range perimeter shooter and also very good from the free throw line. And for Vergennes, we have Sam Flynn and Lee Higbee coming in at the scores table right now. That will drop 27-24, lead back to 3. Higbee with the catch, and then her pass up front to Provost. That's a three-pointer from the left-hander, no good. It's all white on the glasses. You could see Barolt had the ball taken away by Garrow. Now Hetzel. Hetzel's going to run the point when she's in there this particular trip down the floor. And they'll get it to Shappy, looking for 3 threes. No. Shappy has been red hot from the perimeter, and that time she just did miss. And Hetzel with the catch, and she's taking some bumping. Hetzel up and got the finish. Hetzel along the baseline will get the shot to drop, and that was just a very heads-up move offensively, and then the foul will be on Hetzel in the backcourt. You give and you take, and right there, that was one of those 60-foot fouls, and you're not sure about committing it that far away from the basket. Sauter came out, and Murphy is back in the ball game. She's got some heavy-duty tape on her right thumb, so the injury occurred to the thumb. I don't know the severity of it, but she is back in there and able to play. They'll lob it to Higbee along the baseline, 8-footer, no good. Popped around the rim, dropped back up. Then here comes Garrow to Barolt. Hetzel with the look up at the sideline to see what the coach has called out for a play, and Hetzel will come back, and Shappy, she's drawing quite a bit of attention now, and when that happens, that means somebody's open, and Shappy is trying to wrap the pass around, and we got a foul. Yeah, and Hetzel called for the foul, and the ball will be taken side out, and that's going to be number 20, who's just checked in the basketball game, Lee Higbee. And like I said, there's a couple of Higbees because she threw the ball in number 25, who's Lexi Higbee. So a Higbee to Higbee connection, and now let's see if they award her a shot, and they will. Oh, NBA stuff here, as she was trying an underhanded shuffle shot from just about the three-point arc and drew the foul, and is going to get 2 free throws. And that will bring LaFave in the ball game, number 14, along with Marsh, as they're both at the scores table for the Thunderbirds. And that's going to be a little bit off, and Lee Higbee will get a second chance here as Hetzel and Barolt will sit down. And so after a creative way to get to the line, see if she can salvage 1 or 2 here. It's 29-24, Thunderbirds with the lead with 12:28 to go, and boy, they missed the shot, and they've got the offensive putback and jump ball called, and it looks like it's going to be white basketball. It will be. So the U16 Thunderbirds will have the basketball. They're in the white uniforms. They've got the lead. And Marsh will get the basketball to LaFave, who will reach behind her, make the catch, set it up for a 3-ball, and no, can't get the bounce to go her way. And Garrell pulled off, so she wouldn't get the foul, and it's going to be last touch by Lexi Higbee, and it'll be taken out of bounds by Allie Shappy. Marsh with the catch, moved it toward the basket, then they'll just rotate it down inside. Murphy with a left-handed hook. Oh, that was a nice job of moving that ball around quickly. And the lead will go to 7 now as Vergennes down by 7. You can see them bring it out for the 3-point shot, and that was Kirshner that was off the mark, and last touch by one of the players in white. I think Murphy touched it last. Now they're going to bring Quattrosi back in number 3 and number 2 Delisle. Those are Vergennes changes. So Kirshner will take the ball out of bounds. Margie Kirshner will. I'll get that right yet. And they're looking and nothing helping inside, so they brought the ball back out. And on the drive, this time they'll lose the handle, won't get any whistles on the play, no shots awarded. And Shappy will end up with the ball from Murphy and go back to Marsh. So Marsh will long distance pass to LaFave to Murphy, and a hook shot off the other side, gets her own rebound from her knees, makes the pass back, and here comes the break the other way. It's a 2-on-2 right now. Now it's actually a 3-on-2, and that's going to be off the rim, kicks to the side, picked up by the Thunderbirds. They've got the numbers right now, and Marsh will pull up off the glass and just kind of banged in there a little bit too hard, and there's the reach in and the tie up, and Kavanaugh will force the jump ball, and I'm thinking white ball. Yeah, that's what they're going to have. Thunderbird basketball. And Marsh will get the ball along the baseline. Everybody lined up at the free throw line. Shappy wants to dump it down inside to Murphy. Same thing, left-handed hook, different result, didn't make the basket, and the foul. And Murphy will pick up the foul in her aggressive play there. She's trying to get in there and get that rebound. 11:14 to go in regulation. It's a 7-point lead for the U16 Thunderbirds. And boy, they went down inside to Quattrosi. She lost the handle on it, and in transition, Murphy, boy, somebody got a hand on the ball going up. That kind of threw the whole rhythm of the shot off. Now we'll have black basketball on the jump ball and the possession arrow. That will allow number 44, Cohen, to come in for the Vergennes squad, and she will replace number 20, Lee Higbee. And Sauter coming in for Murphy for the Thunderbirds. And they'll just lob the ball up in the front court. Kavanaugh stepped up, tried to stop the penetration of the ball, and they just went right around her and in for the bucket. 31-26. Only a 5-point lead for the Thunderbirds, even though they seem to have controlled the second half of play. Marsh with the crossover, had the lane, kicks it back out for Shappy. Long shot, long rebound. Sauter had it, lost it, up ahead. Nice catch in traffic by Shappy, and she'll give it off. Quick pass, and Kavanaugh to Sauter, and again, that's just the quick ball movement, the quick passing, that catch and fire, doesn't let the defense get in position, and that creates a foul, and we'll have 2 shots coming up for Caitlin Sauter. And she'll get set, and she'll have 2 shots here with 10:25 to go in the second half of play. And that becomes the second team foul, and that shot's going to be off the mark, and she'll try to salvage 1 or 2 here. And again, it's been a good ball game to watch. Nice game of matchups. They've been trying to find each other's weaknesses and strengths out there, and she'll get 1 or 2. Lead will go to 6, 32-26. The Vixens in the black with the basketball. Hail from Vergennes, Vermont. Nice catch on that by Cohen, and Cohen. They'll pull the shot back down, go to Kirshner. Kirshner wants to give it to Cohen on the loop, and she lost the handle, couldn't make the clean catch. LaFave with a good defense. 3-ball by Kirshner, no, off the glass and off the mark, and Shappy now will give it up ahead, and LaFave was double teamed back there. Kirshner with the steal, and Kirshner with the push to the free throw line, gave it up on the baseline, and Cohen pulled the shot down. Kirshner, tell you, they're just really not trying to get the ball down inside. Right there, Kavanaugh looking like a point guard, lost the dribble. Marshall put the shot up off the front of the rim. Quattrosi with the basketball, looking for someone to give the handoff to, and Kirshner will loop behind her, and she'll get it. There's the bounce pass up ahead, and it's not saved. I thought she did it, but she didn't do it. Delisle was going out of bounds, tried to tap the ball back inbounds, and tightrope walk rather than went out of bounds. Hetzel, number 11, back in the basketball game for the Thunderbirds. And she'll replace Shappy, who leaves with 10 points. 2 3-pointers. You see Hetzel work off the screen, sets herself up, and nope, that would have been a 2-point shot. That's Sauter short up, and Kavanaugh made no doubt about it as she was able to get the second offensive rebound in that sequence and make the bucket. Lead at 8, and that Vergennes just hanging around enough. Kavanaugh like a cat, able to knock the ball away, not control it. On the drive, they got into some heavy traffic, and they'll bounce it off from Sauter's leg out of bounds. It'll stay black basketball. A lot of what's happened to Vergennes right here in the second half is they've got their spacing out. Their gapping's been off, and has hurt them to set up their offense just because they really haven't had the correct spacing out there. And they'll lob that, and originally, if she wouldn't have touched it and then tried to gather it up in the backcourt, she would have been fine. But in her urgent effort, thinking it would have been a backcourt violation, she touched the ball in the front court, and it went in the backcourt, and then she touched it. But she would have been cool, because you can throw the ball all the way into the backcourt from the front court line, you don't touch it, and recover it. Kavanaugh, Attic, bucket, no. Rebound, weak side, put up and in. Sauter on a weak side rebound, and that's 3 or 4 times now in this ball game that Vergennes hasn't taken care of the weak side offensively, and it's led into a rebound, and they're looking for Flynn, and the ball will go out of bounds, and right now it's a 10-point lead, and timeout taken by Vergennes. And I'll tell you, the group on the floor right now for the Thunderbirds are clicking. They've got their chemistry down and everything, and they pushed it to a 10-point lead, a double-digit lead. And you see Dr. Frank Buggiani right there, head coach right there, getting into it, talking to his group. And I'll tell you real quickly who he's got on that roster for this U16 squad. He has number 1, Logan Kavanaugh. Jen Attic is number 4. Allie Shappy wears number 5. Amy Hetzel is number 11. 14 is Michelle Lefebvre. Jerica Barol is number 21. Kirsten Murphy is number 24. Abby Marsh, 25. Caitlin Sauter, 35. And Brittany Garrow, 42. This was a Vergennes timeout. This was their first timeout of the second half taken. And that is everything. I need to find the ball. There we go. Find Rob. I'll find the ball. There he is. It's been a very well officiated contest. I don't think you'd have to. I don't think you want to ask Amy Hetzel that, but the rest have done a good job. And there's only 8:32 left in the contest, and it's at a point at 36-26, 10-point deficit for Vergennes, where they've got to make a run here. They got to put it together 2, 3, 4 baskets, get some stops. They can't swap off baskets now. Again, once the offense got clicking, it was because the defense got swarming, and usually one doesn't happen without the other. You know, you don't realize it enough, but you can pick your offense up with your defensive play, and that's just what the Thunderbirds have done here in the second half of play. And now they got everything energized, both ends of the game. This is Hetzel with the basketball, and she'll give it off to Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh will hold it up between circles. Hetzel with the catch is outside the elbow on a 3-point arc, and there they go down inside to Lefebvre to the hole. No, nice ball movement though. Nice pass just to get the finish of the shot. Sauter lost the handle. Lefebvre will gather it in. The defender rushes at her. She'll pull it back down. Go to Attig. Attig to Sauter to the free throw line, and they'll start it over. That's good patience. Hetzel, and she rolled to the hole and then got it taken away. This is Curler on the break, and Cohen will duck underneath, and boy, that was a big-time hold, and no calls. Kavanaugh will hit the deck hard and get up and be okay. She'll join the play now. And they'll go to Attig. Again, we have a foul called on Cohen. A lot of math and trigonometry and everything you think of goes in geometry, geography, everything goes in to figure out who wins the tournament, because you don't only go by wins and losses, but margins of victory and all kinds of other factors go into it. But got to get a win. That's the easiest part. Keep yourself alive to go to the championships. And they are going to bring in 00 Kathleen Van Wyck. So Van Wyck back in the ball game, and Garrow and Murphy coming in for the Thunderbirds. So Kavanaugh and Sauter will sit down, and boy, did they really play well together chemistry-wise. Garrow catch, fire, and no. Follow-up, yes! Oh yeah! Offensive rebounds, finding the body and boxing out, and when you don't do that, it gets you on the other end. Right there, it's a good jump. Look at Murphy with the steal. I mean, that was great reflexive acts right there. LaFave will go to Hetzel. Hetzel. Going to be a foul on Kirshner. Yeah, got the hold. She was riding her pretty good. That's going to be 5 fouls now as a team on Vergennes. And LaFave. With the catch, Attic came back to meet the pass and then rolls it down inside to Murphy, and she's made a couple of those little left-handed hook shots. That one didn't drop for her. Curler had it. She'll come to Kirshner. Kirshner with Hetzel trying to slow down the progress of the ball, and boy, all kinds of people just moving and flying, and it's the 1-on-1. With 6:47 to go in the second half of play, that's going to send Vergennes to the line for at least the 1-on-1 the rest of this ball game. Gets the 10 team fouls, just like high school and other college ball and stuff. It becomes a double bonus. And Margie Kirshner will look and line up that first shot. Her team down by 12. Will be a little bit long. Rebound came down to LaFave to Murphy. Murphy stops, starts, and then gets the ball on the wing to Garrow, and she'll lob the ball up to Hetzel, who couldn't wait to make the catch and do that right there, move toward the bucket. Oh, Attic upset with herself. She should have dunked it instead of trying to bank it in. Kirshner will just take it to the hole, pound it off the glass. There's Nevins up and fouled. Tell you what, Nevins on the weak side got the rebound, did the right thing, went right back up strong to the glass, and Nevins has been a very impressive player out there for Vergennes. So Brittany Nevins at the line. She'll get 2 shots, fouled in the act of shooting, and that will stop the clock with 6:23 to go, and down 12. They got to start converting some of these free throws. Nope, she'll front rim that one, leave it a little bit shy. As Baralt, 21, will come in for LaFave for the Thunderbirds, and then Higbee, number 25. Like I said, a couple of Higbees out there. Lexi Higbee into the basketball game. And that one will happen. She'll get that one to drop. Well, now they need some defensive stops. As you can see, a 38-27 game that Hetzel will bring the ball in between the circles, wait for Garrett to come up and make the catch. And now she'll lob it down to Attic, and good play by Cohen to get there and slap the ball out of the hands of Jen Attic. And that's going to be somebody. I'm waiting for. There she is. She came back into the camera. I thought it was going to be her, and then she left the viewfinder, and there she is. She'll throw the ball back into play. Attic will. Baralt open, fires, got it! 3-pointer for Baralt. That's 3 threes in the game for the Thunderbirds U16 squad. 2 by Shappy, 1 by Baralt, and so it's 41-27. And I believe Baralt will pick the foul up. So yeah, Baralt will pick up the foul. It's a blocking foul. And that's going to be the 1-on-1. That should be the 9th team foul, I believe. So the next foul committed, yes, will be the double bonus for Vergennes. But they've been to the line quite a bit here in the last 2 minutes of the ball game, and they've got to start hitting a higher percentage of their free throws because they're having trouble generating points from the field. So they've got to generate some points from the line. And Garrow just a good job of getting to that missed free throw on the rebound up to Hetzel. Great hands on the catch. Hetzel on the wing to Baralt. She says, why not? I made the last one. That time she was a little bit off on the angle she took, and Cohen with the basketball will come down to Higbee. 5:53 to go in the basketball game. It's a 14-point lead for the Thunderbirds, 41-27. Cohen with the catch, lost her balance, regained it, drives up, and no. Everything but the bucket, and they're going to push the ball out, and we have a foul. I believe it should be on, yeah, Van Wyck. And they're going to go to full court press. So Vergennes will set up the press, and the ball will be put on the inline. And that's only the 6th team foul on Vergennes. Peralta Shappy, and Shappy traveled. Yep. One of the rare mistakes Shappy made. And they're going to allow Provost coming in the basketball game, number 23 for Vergennes, and she'll replace Curler. Yeah, and Provost is going to take the ball out of bounds right at midcourt, right in front of the scorer's table. And Cohen with the basketball. Yeah, they want to go down to Nevins. She should have been more of an option earlier in the ball game until 5:26 ago when they were down by 14. Of course, the defense had a lot with them not being able to post her up earlier either. And Hetzel will see if she gets 2 shots on her effort. See, it's a 1-on-1. It doesn't matter what I think. I think Hetzel drove, knew she was going to get contact, threw the shot up, but she didn't get the benefit of the 2 shots like we'd seen earlier in the contest. But she's going to get the 1-on-1, and she's usually a very good free throw shooter, so she'll get that one to drop. 42-27. The Thunderbirds U16 squad with the lead. It was real tight in the first half, close at halftime, and then they really did just come in and were much more aggressive, pressured the ball defensively, and controlled the glass. And that really is going to be the difference here if they hold on for the win. And you know, you just think about it. It's a team. Yeah, you look at the scoreboard and go, well, they scored more points. Their offense must be better. No, the team with the better defense, and that's what happens. The more intensity on defense. And oh, okay, we didn't know what happened. Timeout called. So again, I got to just remind you that we have Sports Beat on every Monday afternoon at 4:30, Tuesdays at 5:30 in the afternoon, and then Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. And a lot of good shows to watch. It is about sports, but there are also a lot of times that we cover woodworking, cooking, crafting, painting, arts, music, drama, theater, comedy. I mean, you can be about anything actually. But some of the upcoming shows we have are a show setting the table for the upcoming American Legion baseball season, where I get to talk to several of the Legion coaches and a couple of the players, and that kind of sets you in the mood for American Legion post-31 baseball action. Going to have a good team this year, and you should always get down there to St. Peter's Field. They start in mid-June, and you can watch American Legion baseball action not only live at St. Peter's Field, but also on Channel 15 Munger Vision, so get set to watch that. Also got my interview with Ernie DiGregorio coming up at a later date. Trevor Catrati, one of the stars on that Mill River boys soccer team, had a chance to sit down and talk with Trev, and he was very interesting, so you have that coming up. I want to go see my old friend, the boxing barber, Cal Joslin. He's got a new gym open up, trying to get a stable of fighters set to go to Golden Gloves. I'd love to talk to Cal and see his new gym, and maybe like we did several years ago, put on some gloves with him and step inside the ring and just pretend to be a boxer. It's going to be white basketball. So again, Sports Beat, Mondays at 4:30, Tuesdays at 5:30, that's afternoon times, and then again Thursday night. For the last 13 years, they put me up against NBC's must-see TV lineup. Thursday nights at 9 p.m., I go against the heavy hitters. Usually you put your top-rated program against top-rated program, and that's what Channel 15 has done. And I'm just, of course, joking, so no other CIP should get all bent out of shape over the joke. Oh, Hetzel got it up and in. Yeah, see, there is incentive. Margin of victory. I know up to only a certain point. I don't know if it's 10 points or what, but there is an incentive to keep on chugging along in the overall formula to decide, you know, tiebreakers and all this and that. But also, I always believed, to a degree, yeah, you got to kind of pull back off presses and everything like that. I guess if you're up by 20, 30 points. But not to stop playing your half-court set. Play for the baskets. Don't hold the ball and spread the floor and then don't do anything with it. I think that's more of an insult to the other team than helping them. But I think it was Bill Belichick that said when he was running up the score early in the 2007 football season, and everybody thinking they're invincible, the Patriots coach, that it's not up to him. It's up to the other team's defense to stop his offense. Well, I agree with that in every sport. I mean, yeah, it's 47-27, but they should keep, running their half-court sets and playing. Executing, playing, trying to do the best they can. Not going to a turtle. Yeah, what happened there was Nevins was out of bounds, reached around, touched the ball, and that means it'll be white basketball. Marsh coming in for Shappy for the Thunderbirds. And then Quattrosi in there, and she replaces Cohen for Vergennes. So Vergennes held the lead for about 50% of that first half of the ball game, and it's been a long time. They haven't held the lead since. Once the Thunderbirds U16 squad kind of found their rhythm, and they really kind of dominated. Look at Hetzel right there. Oh, a lot of flesh slapping and hands hitting. And the thing I like about Hetzel, and there's a lot of things I like about Hetzel's game, she's not a spectator after a shot. Whether she takes a shot or somebody else does, she's the first body you'll see flying in there to get a rebound, or if there is a rebound to get, she's following her shot up. She's got a very competitive attitude, and I like that. Competitive, not like to the point where it's not competitive, nasty, mean, but competitive like, man, I can't wait to get out there and play and do good. And that'll foul beyond Provost, and yeah, we're going to come down the other end with 3:11 to go, and Barot will take the shot. She was the victim of the foul. And so with 3:11 to go, and a 20-point difference, you're 47-27. Jericho Barot will be at the line, and this is the front end of a 1-and-1, and that is good. It's also the 8th team foul on Vergennes, 9 team fouls on the Thunderbirds. Hetzel's coming on out. Lefebvre in to take her spot. Lefebvre, number 14. And that's going to be off the mark. Sider right there. That shot might have been partially tipped, and they'll get the ball from Van Wyck. Yeah, Provost was looking for the pass, was knocked back, and this is going to be Nevins with it to Higbee, to Provost, and they'll work it inside. And Quattrosi can't get it. Weak side rebound, and the foul will be called on Barot. On the floor, still relevant. It's going to be the 10th foul. It'll be 2 shots. Yeah, so that will send Van Wyck to the line. So Van Wyck will be, now remember, in the first opening 7 or 8 minutes of this ball game, Van Wyck was 6 points and seemed unstoppable down low, and then he kind of stopped going to her. Well, really wasn't so much they stopped going to her, is that the defense made an adjustment that didn't allow them to go to her. So Barot will come out of the ball game for the Thunderbirds, and Attic will come back into the ball game wearing number 4. And she'll can that one. Van Wyck looked good on that free throw, and that makes it a 28-48 ball game as they'll come to Attic on the long pass from Marsh to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh snuck back in the lineup on me to Lefebvre. Baseline reversal. Got it, Lefebvre! That's even after she bobbled the handle on the ball, and she still was able to get it under control. I mean, that's just a lot of talent right there. And Lefebvre with the tip, almost got the turnover. The ball still being fought for. On the floor, shuffled around, and picked up by Vergennes in the corner. They're in a lot of trouble over there. And, oh. Well, I can't believe Logan would do that on purpose, but she's going to get the fall. Tell you what, there was a lot of gyrating in that corner going on to keep that ball alive. Then the foul called on Kavanaugh, and that's going to be 2 shots. Obviously, each team at 10 fouls now, 50-29. Thunderbirds U16 squad with the lead. Just 2:43 left in the ball game, and that shot will be a little bit off. And I'll have more tournament action from the Buggiani Thunderbird 2008 Invitational coming up at later dates on Channel 15. As Higbee will get that one. 1 and 2 from the line was Higbee, and Lefebvre will quickly get the ball on the play to Marsh, and there's pressure in the backcourt, and they get it to Kavanaugh. Lefebvre back to Marsh. Back to Kavanaugh at the last second, realized the ball was coming her way. And she'll set it up to Attic now. Attic and Marsh, and they'll just swing the ball around the perimeter. Yep, they'll work it up top, down to 2:24 to go in the basketball game. To Kavanaugh, had it tipped away, almost recovered with it, but it's going to be picked up by Vergennes, and this is Attic. It is not, it's Higbee. Had the wrong team and everything, wrong number, wrong team, the whole thing. And down in that corner where things have been active, Lefebvre just took the basketball away, and there's a 2-on-2 the other way. Marsh trying to get a handle on the basketball up ahead, and oh, that was a tough angle for Attic. She'd almost gotten too far and underneath the backboard. I don't even know how she got the shot off, and Quattrosi got fouled by Lefebvre. 2 shots coming up for Quattrosi. Yeah, so Lefebvre will pick up the foul, and Quattrosi at the line, and she'll set herself up for the first one with just 1:54 to go on the clock, and it will be good. Actually, it's better than good. It was perfect. It was all twine. And she'll get them both. Nice looking releases and rotation on the ball. Attic got in front of the defender. Nevins came back, received the pass. Oh, that was a collision, and Kavanaugh's tough. She'll be okay. That was Quattrosi that came out trying to go through Kavanaugh to get the ball, and that's earning your 2 shots. Yep. Kavanaugh doing yeoman work out there, coming back to meet the ball, and at the line now to shoot 2 shots, and her team up by 18-19. As Flynn 33 and Kirshner 34 coming in the ballgame for the Vergennes Vixens. And Kavanaugh down to her second shot. Will not get this one to bounce her way, and Kirshner asks for the basketball, receives the basketball, no pressure in the backcourt, so she'll quickly get the push going in the front court with just 1:40 to go, and that ball saved back to Kirshner. Nice job by Higbee over there on that far side, the Common Avenue gym, and nice read by Kavanaugh, just stepped around and got a 3-on-2 happening. They give it up to Lefebvre to the hole, no good. Kavanaugh up, no good. One more time, Lefebvre will get it. That's got to impress their coach. They all hustled down the floor, and they all stayed there pounding the glass. 53-32, the U16 squad here for the Thunderbirds, able to, well, come out of a really close score at halftime and dominate the second half. And it'll be Vergennes basketball. They set that box formation up. They'll really push right into Quattrosi and just missed the shot. And here comes Attic, and she'll turn, look, and then get the pass up ahead. Nice catch by Marsh. She had to do a little twist on the baseline, came across the paint, got it to Sauter, and now they'll come back up top to Kavanaugh, and she wants to shoot the outside shot, and that thing literally rimmed around and popped back out on her. Lefebvre had it, Sauter had it, and I believe it's, yeah, it was Kirshner on the floor on the baseline out of bounds, and it will become Lefebvre and the Thunderbirds basketball. Lefebvre will take it out of bounds. They'll run that stack formation. Here's a catch by Attic, and now Marsh to Lefebvre. She'll do a little fadeaway hook and get it. That's a shot you just can't teach. That's just pure natural talent and instinct right there. So down to 30 seconds to go, and what will be a Thunderbird win. Lefebvre with the block up ahead to Marsh. She's got a 2-on-1. Marsh will get the finish. Higbee was hustling to get down there as fast as she could, but didn't really rattle Marsh too bad, and she's able to make it a 57-32 lead. Flynn had it, brought to the floor, lost it. Attic brought the dribble up, no call on the play. Marsh might get away with some steps there, but she'll go to the free throw line, kick it off to Lefebvre, who's feeling it. That time it was just short, and Kavanaugh will slap the ball out of bounds. Down just 4.4 seconds to go, and it'll be the Thunderbirds with the win in a U16 basketball game. Flynn up, and congratulations to the Thunderbirds. A tremendous second half effort by them. They'll win the ball game 57-32 over Vergennes. Both teams played hard, well officiated, and I hope you're enjoying the Vergennes Thunderbird AAU basketball tournament 2008.